Hi Firsties, it's me, Mrs. Elkins. As you know, this month we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Today I'm going to be reading you a story about my favorite Mexican artist, Frida Kahlo. She is perhaps the most famous of all Mexican artists at this time. Let's go learn some more about her together now. Frida Kahlo. And this is her story, told from her point of view. My story. I was born in 1907 in Mexico. Life was hard. People were poor and hungry. And this is a picture of Frida and her family right here. And this little girl is Frida. I was 6 when I got polio. I played sports, but I was shy. And maybe you know what it's like to be shy, because that's how Frida was. It says here that she got polio. Now, that is a disease that people used to get in the old days. It's one of the reasons we get our shots from the doctors or immunization. So she got sick when she was only 6 years old. My school was mostly boys. I was smart. I wanted to be a doctor. What are your favorite subjects? So what are your favorite subjects? I wonder. I was in a bus crash. I was 18. I broke bones. I wanted to feel better. I painted self-portraits. And self-portraits, that is when you paint a picture of yourself. That's called a self-portrait. Say it with me now. Self-portrait. Great job. I married Diego Rivera. He was an artist too. We traveled for work. And at this time, Diego Rivera was the most famous artist in Mexico. And she had married him. In fact, he was famous worldwide. I was proud of my country. I wore traditional Mexican clothing. And you can see her here in some traditional Mexican clothing and here as well. And she loved to wear flowers in her hair. What is something you are proud of? I sold a self-portrait. A big museum bought it. And remember, a self-portrait is a picture of yourself. So this is a painting that Frida Kahlo did of herself. Notice the many birds in it. She was a true animal lover. I was always creating art. I made about 200 pieces of artwork. And this is Frida painting in her home in Mexico City, where she lived. I died in 1954. My work became more famous. People can visit my old home. And this house is called the Casa Azul, the Blue House. And it is in Mexico City. And you can go visit it today. It says, what would you like to ask me? If Frida was here, what is something you would like to know more about her? Here's a timeline. This shows you a person's life. So here's when she was born in 1907. I can retell the story using it. In 1929, remember she married Diego Rivera? And in 1941, she sold one of her self-portraits to a museum, a big museum. And she died in 1954. You can see she wasn't that old when she passed away. Okay, so it's time for us to respond to the story. Go ahead, and it's time to get out your reading response notebook. Get it now. I'm going to get mine. Pause the video and get it. Excellent. Here's mine. Mine is black. Yours might be a different color. It doesn't matter. I like to keep a sticky note so I know where I'm at for my next open page. Find your next open page now. Remember, yesterday we did our Lucha Libre, our Luchadoras. Isn't that great? That one was so much fun. Now I'm on my next page. Pause the video and find it now. Excellent. Today we learned about self-portraits and how Frida Kahlo painted a lot of self-portraits. Those are paintings of yourself. So today we will be doing a drawing, a self-portrait of ourselves. So we are going to first label our paper. This, label it with our sentence. This, in my nicest penmanship, then I leave a space, is, I leave another space, my, I ran out of room, so I'm going to go down to the next line, self, self, and I leave one more space, portrait. That is our new word we learned. This is my self-portrait. And since that is a new vocabulary word for art that we are learning, I want you to go ahead and underline it. Go ahead, pause the video, and copy this sentence now. This is my self-portrait. And of course you pause it as you are copying this. So pause it and then come back. And then you are to start drawing your own self-portrait. Do your best to see drawing what you think you look like. Now, of course, I used a marker. I should have used a pencil so I could erase as I go. And then, of course, I'm going to color it in and have it ready to share with the class tomorrow. And I should be able to read my sentence. This is my self-portrait. And I should be able to hold it up and share it with the class. So make sure you do your best to draw in, color a picture of yourself doing your own self-portrait, just like Frida. Can't wait to see him. Bye, class.